So let's start with. So the objective of this course is to deliver a training on Hp Alm management tool in such a way that it is really comprehensive and it is easy to understand for you. Uh, if you look at the market, you'll get a lot of training module courses over the internet or on the YouTube, but the way we have designed Hp Alm course is more towards real-time experience, where we'll be sharing the real-time uses, how to use Hp Alm in IT industry instead of going through the documentation or PPTs. Okay, so that will really help you in order to understand what is HPLM and how it really helps you in terms of improving your skill set and get the job opportunities in the market. So I'll be sharing HPLM concepts. So uh, this is what I mentioned earlier. It's not in the way uh, the other courses are being run in the market. It's more towards real-time experiences, uh, which will help you. And of course, once we are done with this course of HPLM, you will have an expertise in order to provide a good concept of HPLM to your client. You can deliver your project using HPLM in a better way. So let's start with. So the course content is pretty much comprehensive if you look at. So what we have done, that we have defined each and every component or concept of HPLM in different modules. So in total, we have around 9 modules where we are going to capture each and every concept of this tool. So module 1 is a kind of introduction of this tool to everybody, where I'll be talking about the product, how it was launched in the market, what is the history of this tool, uh, um, a little bit about architecture of HPLM, how it is designed, uh, how it is deployed, what are different components in terms of hardware, uh, what database is being used, how the web apps is there. So all kind of you can say at the server level and at the client level, we'll be talking about the architecture of HPLM. So in addition to that, there are a lot of versions of HPLM available in the market by the vendor. So there are multiple editions of HPLM. So we'll be talking about that. What are the real differences between different HPLM editions and what are different features they are capable of. So there is a clear, you can say, a matrix which really shows you which editions provide which capability in terms of application lifecycle management. After that, we will be going through installation of ALM. It's kind of a really a complex one. The installation part. So uh, HP has provided a cloud-based, SaaS-based platform where you can just sign up yourself and use a trial version of HPLM. You don't have to install really, but that is a trial version which may end up in 30 to 60 days. But if you want to have a on-premise HPLM installation, you can go for a different way. So we'll be talking about the couple of things how you can install HPLM at your end. So next will be HPLM roles and workflows. So what are the different roles available in the tool? How the workflow really goes on HPLM tool. So we'll be talking about that. So now after that introduction, there are multiple modules and sub-modules in HPLM which really provides different capability in terms of uh, different phases of SDLC. So if you talk about SDLC, uh, you start with requirement gathering. So if you have a project, so how it start? It start with planning phases, then you gather the requirements, then it is finalized, and then it comes to testing team where test cases are created and then executed and defects are logged. So this is a kind of waterfall model uh, for SDLC. So HPLM, what this tool is aligned in the same way. How each phases goes on. So if you have a requirement gathering phase, so HPLM provides you a requirement module. If you have a testing phase where test cases will be prepared, designed, then you have a test plan, and it goes on. So so what we have done, we have divided the modules or the course content in terms of that. So the module 2 is HPLM Management Module, which really talks about scheduling and planning, how this tool helps you to schedule your releases and cycles. It helps you to create milestones and then scope items for those milestones. There are a couple of functionality of libraries and baselines where you can take a backup of the data of HPLM tool and then share it with somebody else on HPLM platform itself. So that module 2 is that part. Module 3 is requirement module, where we'll be talking about how this tool is really um, capable of helping you in terms of capturing requirements. So it goes through, it is more aligned towards requirement gathering phase of SDLC, where it helps you to take care of that. So requirement module is that. So one of the more major functionalities, Excel add-in, which really helps you to upload your requirements or test cases in HPLM. So if you look at module 3 and module 4, we have Excel add-in uh, as a part of our course. So basically, you really don't log into the tool and write your test cases or write your requirements. So what majorly happens in the industry that people do it over Word document or Excel, and then that data is uploaded to the any ALM tool. So that way we'll talk about Excel add-ins, how you do a bulk upload of your requirements and test cases to HPALM. Module 4 is test plans, where we'll go quickly over that. So module 4 is test plan, which helps you to really capture the test cases, design the test cases for your project module wise, so you can create different folder structure and then segregate or align your test cases according to that. So we'll talk about in more detailed way about all these modules. So module 5 is test lab. It's more about execution of test cases and how you can schedule your execution. It's manual or automated. We'll be talking about those. Module 6 is defect module. So as I was mentioning, it's an ALM tool, so application lifecycle management. So it's not like any other tool where you just capture a part of it. Means some tool just provide capability to capture defects, some tool provide just capability to capture your requirements. So as it is ALM tool, it helps you to capture the test artifacts or SDLC phases end to end. So start from requirement to you can say defect. So that's why we have different modules in HPLM. So module 6 will talk about defects module, which which really helps you in order to understand what is the defect life cycle, how you can really work in on the defect module, what are the different capabilities and features for defect module provided by HPLM. Module 7 is dashboarding. So even if you have done all those things, all phases, if you are going through all the phases of ALM, but if you're not publishing your reports, you don't get that visibility, right? So the dashboard module really helps you to pull out the reports uh, with respect to your test execution, defect summary, requirement coverage, test coverage. So there are multiple quality reports available in HPALM tool. So dashboard module will help you in order to understand and how to pull those reports from the tool, how to design those reports, in the tool. Module 8 is integration. So of course, any tool has to be integrated with the other tool available in your organization, so that you just eliminate those gaps. You don't work in silos. So HP ALM can be integrated with other HP tools or the third-party tools. And then we will talk about the common functionalities of HP ALM. So list goes on. So we'll take it one by one. So as this is a demo class, we'll be talking about module 1, where I'll be just introducing you HPLM as a tool. Okay, so module 1 is introduction. So you might be thinking what capabilities ALM tool should have in order to be successful, right? So there are many ALM tools. It's not about HP or Microsoft or any vendor. So every vendor is providing an ALM tool, application lifecycle management. But there are clear-cut differences between all these tools, even though all these vendors provide same capability, because ALM tool has to be providing those capability in terms of uh, SDLC. So what are the different success factor for ALM? So first of all is technology support. How what kind of technology the tool should be supporting. So let's say if your project is on SAP or .NET or Java, so the ALM tool should provide that support with respect to your project. So project could be in any technology. First is the technology support. So any ALM tool should be having that. So this is really interesting to understand these success factors, so that when it comes to choosing which ALM tool should I have in my project. So this comparison really helps you. Second one is integration. So it's not about just using an ALM tool within your team. It has to be integrated and uh, with the different tools in your organization. So development team could have been using different IDEs or different ALM tool in terms of their activity. Development tool team could have used Eclipse IDE in order to do coding, or VSTS or TFS for CI/CD pipeline. But QA team is using HPALM. So how multiple teams get integrated and collaborated. So that part is very important. So integrations is of a ALM tool with other tool in the organization is really important. Third one is methodology. So right now we see a different kind of methodologies being uh, practiced in IT projects. It's not about waterfall project now. So it's gone. So everybody is using Agile, Scrum, and Kanban. So we have to look into all these methodologies in ALM tool as well, so whether these tools are providing those capabilities or not. Fourth one is setup and maintenance. So when any ALM tool is uh, being acquired, or any team is onboarded on any ALM tool, the first thing comes into mind: what kind of support I will get, how soon my issues will be resolved on ALM tool. So setup and maintenance is very important in terms of operational activities. So once you have onboarded any ALM tool, it becomes pretty much important for you in order to understand how easy it is to set up. And another one is the quality aspect. So every tool has a strong point. So some tool has a more alignment towards quality. Some tools has more alignment towards DevOps or CI/CD pipeline. So if we are from testing team, we look at the quality perspective. So how strong ALM tool is in terms of quality management? What kind of different features it provides in terms of uh, having testing team onboarded, so that quality is really important. Scalability is in terms of how scalable it is, how soon we can ramp up the HPALM tool. Let's say you have 30 people on onboarded on HPALM, but suddenly you get a new project and you have 100 people now. So how soon you can scale up your HPALM or any ALM tool? So that is really important. So these are the success factor which really helps you to decide which ALM tool I should go for. So as this demo class is for HPALM, so we are uh, having a question. What really is HPLM? What this tool does? So basically, HPLM is a web-based tool which really helps you in order to capture all your phases of SDLC. As I was mentioning earlier, so if you have requirement phase, you have test plan, test design phase, execution phase, defects, and defect management. So this all these phases are being captured in HPLM. So it's a one-stop solution for you where each and every team member can really collaborate at one central repository. So HP Application Lifecycle Management tool is a central repository, you can say, for your all activities with respect to testing or development. So it's not only about testers being using HPLM tool. It's about collaborating between different teams. So you bring in all people, you bring in developers, you bring in testers, you bring in business analysts, project managers. Everybody has an access to HPLM tool as a central repository. So you don't have to go in different locations in order to fetch your data. So or in earlier days, before the advent of any ALM tool, people were using multiple tools. Uh, one tool for requirement management, somebody was writing the test cases and keep it over the SharePoint. Somebody was just logging or just writing down defects in Excel and sending up a daily report over the over the emails. So those days are gone. Now everything has to be done at a central location, so so that whole team can have a look at it whenever they want. So it's more collaborative now. It's more the traceability is more because you can link your each and every module, each and every artifacts with each other. So if you are uh, capturing your requirements, you can link your requirement to a test case, you can link your test cases to a execution test set, or you can link a defect to your execution phase. So it's more about traceability, it's more about linkage, it's more about collaboration. Okay, so if we see how what kind of real experience which we have through this tool. So as I was mentioning, it's not about having one team using one tool for their SDLC activities or the testing activities. It's all about collaboration. So this tool, HPALM, can really collaborate with uh, other tool. It can integrate with other tools. So if you look at this image where you can see left hand side, you have Zira, you have IBM Rational Software, you have NetBeans, Visual Studio. Those are other ALM tools in terms of this is more in terms of integration. So you can integrate HPLM with Jira and other Microsoft tools. You can have integration with different IDEs with HPLM. So Eclipse and Visual Studio are major player in terms of IDEs which are being used by the developers. So it's more about developers just integrating HPLM with their IDEs, and they just don't want to open HPLM, so they can really access HPLM through their IDEs. So it's more about integration and collaboration. So technology support, it support multiple technologies like .NET, Java. It is even on cloud now. So, and again, if you talk about DevOps, CI and CD, so you can have Git, Cucumber, and Jenkins integrated with HPALM. This is whole uh, uh, gambit of HPLM. You can say a pipeline, how it really provides you an complete lifecycle management. So the basic is, what are the different capabilities, what are different features this tool provides. Okay, now you know that there are multiple integration points between HPLM and other tools. It supports multiple technologies, but what's the real, you can say, heart of HPLM? What are the different features? So if we talk about the capabilities, so first one is project reporting. So you get a comprehensive report displaying your project data. So if you have captured all your data, you can really pull some amazing reports out of HPALM, which really helps management team to go after it and take go and no go kind of decision, or they can find out where they are lagging and where they have to progress a little faster. So those reports are really available in HPALM. Another capability is release management. So it's more about defining your release and cycles. So when your project is going to start, and those release dates you can capture. What are different cycles? Cycles in the sense, if you're going for set, you're going for RT, if you're going for unit testing, or if you're going for integration testing. So those are the cycles which can really be captured in ALM. So in order to provide you more, you can say, tracking of your project. So if you have provided your start date and end date, you can really track your uh, progress of the project. Requirement management is another capability which helps you to capture requirements. We'll talk about it, how the requirements are really captured. Test preparation and execution. So this is test plan and test lab, where you design your test cases and then you execute it based on your test sets or based on your objectives. Defect management, it is uh, for capturing your defects, the bugs, and then linking them. So at the left hand side, you see the submodules and a screenshot from HPLM, and you can just correlate how things are there, how the capabilities are tracked or mapped to each other. So dashboard is there. It helps you to analyze ALM data. Management module enables you to organize and track your releases by defining releases and cycles. And the libraries functionality is also there under management, which helps you to share and reuse the test artifacts. Requirement, define, manage, and track requirement at all stages of your project. So it helps you to capture your requirements, whether it is functional requirement or business requirement. Non-functional requirement can also be captured. So different kind of requirement types are there, which can be captured in HPALM. Testing. Uh, Testing module has a couple of sub modules where majorly we use test plan and test lab. Even test resources is one of the major sub module. So test plan and test lab. Test plan is for capturing your test cases, and lab is for execution, as the name suggests. Defects, track all your defects occurred during execution of the test cases. So we'll talk about that. So this is in nutshell. These are the HPLM features available for you, major features you can say. So there are many other capabilities in terms of CI and CD, the DevOps part, where you can have integration with your build servers, you can have integration with your configuration management tool. So all those things are there. So as we are talking about HPLM for testing, so we are more uh, targeting the testing capabilities, which really helps you to understand better. So to elaborate more on HPLM features, it provides a repository for all your testing assets, and this really helps you, to lay a foundation of your entire uh, testing processes. So because if you have a central tool where You start working from the scratch. You start collecting your data. You start capturing your requirements bit by bit, and keep on storing over HPLM, and then you keep growing on uh, phases by phases, and you keep on integrating or linking those test artifacts with each other. So that really gives you a good foundation to become a more matured testing professional, or to implement a more mature testing processes. Actually, it really helps you to establish integration for the smooth flow of the information. So as I was mentioning about the linkage and the traceability, so the information flows from one module to another module uh, pretty easy. So it's very easy to figure it out what's linked with what, and how, what kind of linkage it has, and what's their current status. So we can really find out that easily. So it provides a consistent process for capturing your requirements, planning, developing, scheduling, and executing test cases. You can analyze your results, you can manage your defects, and one of the major uh, capability which ALM has is project planning and tracking. So there are multiple KPIs available in HPALM, which really helps to QA managers in order to understand where the project is moving. Is it in red status, or it is in amber, or it is green? So those kind of KPIs are available in HPLM, which helps QA manager in order to understand the health of their project. So we will be talking about that project planning and tracking capability in one of the modules. We'll move further. Again, I was talking about integration of HPLM with other tools. So it integrates with other HP tools, which are majorly QTP and Performance Center, as we are talking about testing perspective only. So QTP and Performance Center have a direct plugin with HPLM. QTP is one of the automation testing tool, and Performance Center is for load testing. So these tools can be really integrated with HPALM. And one of the major need of any project or tool is configuration management or version control. How you control the different versions of the artifacts, or you can say test cases or requirements. So HPLM provides that versioning mechanism in order to keep track of modification to that artifact. So version control is there. You can have a email functionality also. It's available there out of the box, where in order to be more collaborative, in order to be being more informative, you are informed by the tool itself whenever certain changes are being done. Let's say defect status has been changed to open to fixed. So if developer has changed the status to fixed, so the QA will get an email immediately that this defect has been fixed and it is ready for test. So those kind of email functionalities are also there. And most of the time what happens there, these tools, this HPALM tool, have lot of fields and lot of uh, you can say modules, submodules, a favorite views can be created in HPALM. Okay, so in terms of we got a flavor of what HPLM is all about, what kind of different capability it provides in terms of SDLC. So how this tool came into the picture in the market. So it's a quite old tool now. It's been there in the market since many years now actually, and has been transformed from uh, a very kind of, you can say, a very only a test management tool to application lifecycle management tool. So initially it was called Test Director, and it was owned by Mercury Interactive. So I'm talking about um, some 15 years back. So those informations are there. So in those days it was called Test Director and owned by somebody else. So it was Mercury. So later on, this Test Director was acquired by HP, and they gave it a name of Quality Center. And again, that Quality Center became HP Alm. So if you have the recent information, even like HP has been acquired by Micro Focus, so it's no more actually HP Alm, it's Micro Focus Alm. So, but we are using HP Alm, this terminology, because this tool is still popular with this name. So it's when we talk about Micro Focus Alm, it gives an impression that this is some new tool. So that's why we are naming it HP Alm instead of Micro Focus, but legally it is Micro Focus Alm. So if you see the history, Test Director was from version 1.5 to version 8, then Quality Center owned by HP, version 8 to version 10, and then again it was transformed to Application Lifecycle Management by HP, version 11 to 11.5. Now it is uh, Micro Focus ALM. After, you can say now it's totally Micro Focus, so there is nothing like after or before. So it's completely Micro Focus ALM tool. So the latest version of HP ALM is 12.53. So it has come a long way from Test Director to Micro Focus ALM basically. So this is the architecture of HP ALM. So it's a three-tier kind of architecture where you have a different application server, you have a database, you have a load balancer, and then ALM client. So basically, it is a Java-based application which uses SQL Server or Oracle as a database backend, and then you can have a load balancer if you want to have a more high availability kind of environment. You can create that. So there are three components if you look at it. There is an application server, there is a database server, and then there is a web server. So these three things are there, which are component of this HPLM architecture. When it comes to different editions which are provided by HPE, so it has been really extensive in terms of uh, the offers which HPE provides. So it has multiple editions actually. So if you look at this table which is there on your screen, so it's HPE ALM is there. So actually HPE is HP Enterprise. So the name is different. So HPE ALM is there. So you have HP Quality Center Enterprise Edition, you have Performance Center Edition, you have Quality Center Express Edition, you have Quality Center Community Edition. So there are multiple flavors of the same tool, uh, but with different kind of capabilities. So in one edition you can see something is missing, in another edition you can see that some more features are there. So it's all based on licensing, what kind of licenses you are buying, what kind of licenses you have installed over the environment. So we'll move on and see what are different capabilities actually in terms of these different editions. So this is one of you can say a nutshell about different edition wise features comparison. So if you see the licensing part, ALM edition has that, Quality Center Enterprise edition has that, Performance Center has that. So it's we can go through all these one by one. So basically the message which I want to convey, that different editions are there based on your licensing buyout. So what kind of licenses you are buying from HPALM, and based on that, the features of ALM will vary. Okay, so in terms of installation, so initially we used to install HP ALM on premise, which has its own system requirements. It's basically an you need a server operating system in order to install. You need Windows Server 2008 or 2012, and you need SQL database or Oracle in order to deploy all those things. So you need a high-end uh, configuration of your hardwares in order to install HPLM. But for as an learner, you can have your trial SaaS-based platform as well. So you can just sign up on HP website and can have your ALM or quality center platform easily and free of cost in order to learn, in order to evaluate what kind of different features are there for you. So if you look at the system requirement link is there, so we can just go there and see what are the system requirements for installing HP ALM. Okay, so the system requirements are, if you can see, it is based on different versions of ALM. So a different version have a different requirement in terms of hardware. So if you talk about enterprise 12.5x, which is the latest version, so you need a server side requirement is that you need a machine which has minimum 8 GB RAM, it has a minimum 8 GB of free disk space, and operating system required will be these are the recommended one. So Microsoft Windows Server 2012, or you can install it over Linux. You have a SQL Server or Oracle, and then web servers are these. So these are the recommended, but there are many supported environment actually. So these are the list of operating systems which are required in order to deploy. So there are two components. One is deploy ALM and then use ALM. So these are server side of supported environment where you have to deploy, you have to install ALM. So once you have installed ALM over the server side, then you have ALM client requirement as well. ALM client means the user who is going to access that tool. So it could be Windows 7 machine. So let me show you that. So this is client side requirement. So minimum memory is 2 GB, free hard disk space is required 2 GB. So you can have Windows 8.1 with IE 11 and Microsoft Office 2013 32-bit. So these are the, and then the prerequisite are these. So you have to be very clear on the requirement, server side and client side requirement. Server side is the one where ALM servers are installed, and ALM client requirements are the machines from where you are accessing your ALM. So if you look at my machine, it is Windows 7, and this is HP ALM login. So this is client machine for me. So this is ALM client. ALM client means your machine from where you are accessing your URL in order to access your HP ALM. Okay, let me go back. Okay, so we can have a look at HP Alm Cloud-Based also, how it is. So let me just Google it. HP Alm. So I think we should go to HP website. So they are still integrating HP and Micro Focus, so you will find out different URLs with different data, but at the end it all goes to a single integrated platform. So once you Google it, you'll find many ways. So you can see download application lifecycle management or select SaaS. It is ALM and ALM Octane, ALM SaaS. So there are different flavors now of HP ALM. So one is ALM and ALM Octane. So we'll talk about those things. So these are very new offerings from HP, these Octanes. So we'll talk about that in advanced modules. So if I click on free trial, it will take me to a sign up page, and there you can just sign up yourself. You just provide your email ID and other details, and it will create you a cloud-based instance of HPLM. So this is a 60-day evaluation where you can really learn. So once your 60 days are expired, you can again sign up with another email ID actually. So it doesn't ask for a credit card or something. So it really helps you to get a cloud-based instance of your ALM from HP itself for evaluation. Okay. So we were talking about HPLM roles. So there are many peoples which are part of this HPLM implementation or users. So if we talk about uh, from HPLM perspective, so HPLM site administrator is there, a project administrator is there, and HPLM user is there. So this course is more aligned to HPLM user because it is HPLM for testing. So how we are going to use a real user actually of HPLM. So site admin is a person who really manage the administration of the entire platform, the entire HPALM. So that person is more towards the administrative activities in order to deploy the ALM over the servers, in order to patch it and keep it available for all the ALM users. Another is project administrator. So HPALM project administrator are the people who really customize it, who really add new fields, new list of values. They create different workflows. They create roles, groups. So it's kind of more towards admin. And the third one is HP ALM user. So it's more a real user who is going to log into this tool and do all those activities of requirement creation, test case creation, test lab, execution of test cases, logging defects. So this is the person uh, who is you can say a client to site administrator or a client to project administrator. It's kind of that relationship. So you are the real user who is going to do the activities at the ground level. So the basic workflow, how this tool really behaves, how this tool really supports you in terms of each activity. So the first is specify, release, and cycles. This is captured in management module where you can just provide your schedules of your releases and cycles. Then you go ahead and specify your requirements. Again, requirement module helps you to specify your requirements, functional, non-functional, business, any kind of requirement you can capture or define over there. And again, third is define a test plan and design test. So it's about test planning where you create your test cases, you upload your test cases through Excel and design over there, and then run test. It is test lab, execution of test cases where you put pass and fail for each and every test steps of a test case. And if there is a failure, you submit and track your defects. So across all these workflow, you have analyzed data, means the dashboard reporting capability. So you can analyze your data at any point of time, at any phases during this workflow. So hope this is clear to you. So this is what all about module 1. I'm done with module 1. So if you have any questions, you can go ahead I'll be happy to help you over there. Okay, thank you.